I have no idea how you found this show, but I'm glad that you did. Hey, I'm John Hicks. Join me and my band of crazies today on the Retirement Solution Podcast.
Here with John Hicks this week, I'm Jennifer Perry. If you have a question for us that you'd like us to address on the podcast, reach out to us. Connect with us on Facebook. Just do a search there for the Retirement Solution with John Hicks, or just go online to retirementsolutionradio.com. There's so much coming at us right now in terms of the financial headlines, including this one.
We're going to have a massive shortage of toilet paper, bathroom tissue, plus paper towels, plus pet food, all the way to Powerade and Gatorade. And the SOS to shoppers is to buy paper products and buy pet products today.
I tell you, right now, anyone that has Crohn's disease is absolutely wigging out. Irritable bowel syndrome. I mean, if they're going to start limiting what we can buy for these paper products, and they're already telling us, hey, now listen, I know you guys have gotten accustomed to TP. We may not have any for quite some time. I mean, we put most of those. Actually, I know some of you guys out there, I know you have a bunker somewhere. It's like, what is that? Those classic coupon hoarders or whatever?
Yes.
There is some guy out there right now in Oldham County, and you know who you are? You got 57 of those huge packs of 50 Charmin extra double rolls right there, and you're going, bring it on, buddy. I got enough TP for at least a month or two.
Who knew that would be such a valuable commodity?
Probably my neighbor Cletus.
Right?
He's probably the one that's done it.
Yep, I can see that. Happening. But, retail expert Bert Flickinger, that was the guy talking there. He was on Fox Business. He said when Costco decides to start limiting your TP purchases, you know it's bad, right?
Isn't that a bad sign?
It's a bad sign.
That's a bad sign. They don't mind you getting 27 gallons of mayonnaise. 27 gallons of mayonnaise for $14. Completely acceptable. But hey, you can only have one big pack of TP.
Oh, man.
That makes me nervous.
It is. And, here's the thing, John. Right now, if you can find certain items on the shelves, you're paying a lot more for it. You're probably noticing just weekly price spikes right now. But retirees, you're still going to need the TP. I don't know about Gatorade. We can skip that this weekend.
We switched that for Ensure.
Right, yeah.
That's what I've started doing.
I'm sure there's a shortage there, too. But, how are you helping people right now, though, still create the kind of income they need to pay for just basic supplies, but also still do some of the fun things too, because none of us wants to have to cut back on either thing right now.
Yeah, Jennifer, it's been a while since we've really seen inflation kind of tick up the way it has. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know if anyone out there has been thinking about or trying to get a new quote unquote used car, but it's hard to find those suckers, right?
Oh, yes.
I mean, I have a client that's like, John, I just want like a 3 or 4 year old, just decent sized pickup truck. I'm a Ford guy. I'm a Ford guy through and through, but I'd take a Chevy. John, I'd take a Chevy or a Ram right now because I need a truck. He said he can't find one. And if he can get one that's 3 years old for the same price as he used to be able to get a new one.
Yeah.
So I've been seeing that. And here's another one that I saw the other day. I think it was in a Wall Street Journal article. It said, hey, if you're thinking about for your grandkids, your kids, Christmas shopping, if you see it on the racks now or if you see it on Amazon now, get it. Because there is a huge possibility that Santa's workshop is not going to have the stuff that you're looking for that time of year.
Right.
And so that made my wife start going into like crazy hot flashes. She started spazzing out, talking another language. I'm like, what are you talking about? She goes, John, Santa's workshop may not have stuff. And I'm like, oh, we got a 6-year-old. That's not going to fly, guys. We got to get Santa. We got to get Santa's workshop operational. Biden, come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Get those elves back to work. Let them get back to work. No, but when we start looking at these things, this is the simple economics of supply and demand, right? If all of a sudden, and prices can go up in two different ways. They can go up if you have more demand for something. And we've supply issues. And so because of that, that means both sides of the economic chart there, they both equate to higher prices. And guys, we're seeing this across the board. What's that called? Inflation. Inflation. And what is the simple concept of inflation? It's when things cost more this year than they did last year.
Yep.
Sometimes a lot more. Now, I know that the last economic report I saw, it may have been last month, and I'm sure they'll revise this, at the end of this quarter, which is basically, hey, it's today. Yesterday was the last day of the quarter. We'll see those numbers in a week or two. But basically 5.8%, Jennifer. Prices were 5.8% higher than they were the year before. That is crazy to me. That is inflation. Now, think about this. Now, this is so important because you were just talking about, hey, how do we help the people that we're talking to? How do we help retirees or those people that are five years or less away from retirement? How do we help them if these prices keep going up, but they don't want to keep working? Mm-hmm. And one of the easiest things we can do is we can look and figure out, hey, it's one thing if you need a new dishwasher and it's going to take you 7 months to get it, right?
Yeah.
Toilet paper may be a little different. But what we have to look at is we have to figure out where is the dead money in our portfolios.
Dead money.
Dead money.
Okay.
So the zombie part of your portfolio that kind of does nothing. I mean, nothing at all. It's just dead money. Now, people that have had their mutual funds and their 401ks or IRAs, hey, the market has been up. You know, I know it's volatile. Don't get me wrong.
Sure.
But many of those things are up. But there are so many parts of our portfolios, especially because in the last several months, Jennifer, I've seen people are either taking way too much risk. They get almost all their money in stocks, or they're nervous about what's going on. Mm-hmm. And so they have a lot more money in bonds or cash or CDs. And Jennifer, that's where those items, so let's look at it for a second.
Okay.
If we look at those items, that is not going to keep up that 5.8% inflation number.
Right.
So Jennifer, if you look at CDs today, what do you think a 1-year CD is paying right now? What's the best rate you've seen even recently?
I haven't even done any research on CDs because I know that there's just nothing there right now. What is it? Around 1%?
I'll help you out and tell you.
Okay.
So the best rates today in the United States of America per bankrate.com, 5-year CD, the best annualized rate is 0.8%. 0.8%. And you got to hold it for five years to get that each year.
Wow.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. So is that going to keep up with 5% inflation? Well,
no, 5.8%. So, you've still got 5% to go. So what do you do?
So exactly. So this is what we call losing money safely. You're not losing money to the market falling apart, but you're being in a place that it's dead money. It's not going to earn anything. We're losing money to inflation. So the second thing that people do is have it in money market. Now that's paying even less. That's about 0.1. I saw a lady the other day, and she had tons of money, like hundreds of thousands of dollars in a money market, paying 0.03%. I mean, it's hardly worth having anything for that. That's just losing 5.8% a year to inflation. Mm-hmm. But here's the big one, Jennifer, and people have not necessarily looked at this the right way. If you have a lot of bonds in your portfolio, so what is a lot of bonds? Well, if you have a 60-40, 60% stock and 40% bond portfolio, you need to really take a look at that bond portion of the portfolio. Jennifer, year to date, the average high quality Vanguard bond type fund is down 0.35%. So not only is it not earning, it's losing money.
Yeah.
Now, would you call that a dead asset?
Yes.
I do. I think it's dead. It's dead to you. It's earning you nothing.
It's in the grave right now.
I know. So you could have a quality Vanguard equity type fund. It may be up 16%, 15%. Okay, great. But you have that other portion of your money, sometimes 30, 40, 50, 60% of your money that's dead. So the easiest way to fix someone when it comes to inflationary concerns is to get rid of the dead money. Replace those dollars that are earning nothing or potentially losing money with quality strategies that can get you 4 to 6%. Now think about it.
Better.
Yeah, if you're losing 0.5% a year and you have inflation, wouldn't it be that much better to earn something like 4 or 5 or 6%? At least you're keeping up with inflation in that situation. So getting rid of the dead money of your portfolio might be one of the quickest and easiest ways to beat this inflationary monster. Now, we all hope the market goes up, so we need to have some safety. I'm not saying go all equities, but I'm saying if you replace that stuff that maybe loses money with something that earns 4 or 5 or 6%, guys, that's 400 to 600% return extra on that portion of your money.
That's bringing it back to life, right? So that's dead money.
Let's take those dead assets and get them on the defibrillator.
Right.
Get them up there. Let's get them back to life.
Do a little CPR on this.
Like what you hear? Be sure to hit the subscribe button. And thanks for listening to The Retirement Solution with John Hicks.
The opinions expressed in this program are for general informational purposes only and not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual or any specific security. To determine which investments may be appropriate for you, consult your financial advisor prior to investing. Any past performance discussed during this program is no guarantee of future results. J. Hagan Capital is a registered investment advisor. To find out if John Hicks is licensed in your state, please call 502-690-5635. J. Hagan Capital Incorporated is not affiliated with nor endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any other government agency and does not provide legal advice. Annuity guarantees are subject to the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. By contacting us, you may be provided with information about insurance products and annuities offered through John Hicks. Kentucky Insurance License Number 998827.